Hey friends, Lucien here with the Bullish Bears team. Going to show you some trades I'm looking to potentially take if the setups are there. The market is just absolutely absurdly bullish at the open right now. So I'm looking at stocks, basically JetBlue, American Airlines, Nordstrom, MGM, basically the airlines and kind of hospitality or hotels kind of industry. So I'm going to let a 5-minute candle form on these because a lot of times these will go and then you can get shook out. So I'm going to let the 5-minute play out. I like to buy, again, small candles near support. I don't like to chase. So again, if I miss my entry, I miss my entry. I'll let the pullback happen. That's totally fine. So you'll see JetBlue, I'm looking to see if it can go up to break pre-market highs. MGM was one I was looking right at open, and this one kind of took right off for the break of... why is it removing my drawings on MGM? I didn't... Oh, not MGM. JWN. That's what I was looking at. I am looking at MGM, though, as well. JWN has a daily gap that just closed at 24 bucks. So I was waiting for a 5-minute close to happen. I want it to get above, like pull back a little bit at this 24 bucks. I don't like to get off these huge candles like this at open. So I'm basically going to remove the drawing here and look at pre-market high of JWN or Nordstrom for 24 bucks, see if there's a possible pullback. But again, these stocks are just absolutely just nuts right now. But my strategy, again, you want to trade your strategy, I like small pullbacks near that 9 EMA. I don't like chasing things off big flagpole candlesticks. That's not my style. So will I miss, or do I miss at times, many times, where I'll say, well, I'm going to wait for a pullback and then this thing will take off and rip? Yep, absolutely. That'll happen a lot. So I typically like to wait for 5-minute pullbacks. Now, sometimes I'll get in if the setup is really good before that happens. But right now, again, we're waiting for this 5-minute candle to close. So basically, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking right now at American Airlines, JetBlue, Nordstrom, MGM, and I'm looking for pullbacks to, pre-market highs, ideally. MGM, I might pull up as well. I'm just watching on my other screen. I'm watching these right over here. So you see I kind of have these stocks up. I'm watching for pullbacks. They're just all just incredibly bullish. All right, 2 seconds left. Watch for potential pullbacks. Right back down to that 24 level. You can see high is 24.94 on the day. So basically right up here. So now I want to see right here if there's going to be a retest and hold of that $24. I'm going to go to a 1-minute chart right here. Now as we're all kind of go in and I'll see, these candles for me, it's 24.60 down to 35. Just too big of risk for me right now. I like very small risk, 5-10 cent candles. I don't like big candle risk. So I'm going to let these things pull back, and I'll come back if there's something, or when I'm looking at something to take a potential trade. So coming back here just to show you some that I'm looking at open here. Some of them are forming some possible bearish patterns at the moment. So you'll see Nordstrom had that 1 5-minute candle. Now it's failing $24 at open. So now this could turn into like a head and shoulders kind of pattern, possible left shoulder, head. We'll have to see what happens on the bounce. But you'll see also too, American Airlines kind of has a head, left shoulder, right shoulder at the moment. So I'm watching this one extra closely right now. So I want to see if it can kind of clear that $22 area, that very important resistance level. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one right here. It is holding at the moment that 9 EMA. I like to see a stronger hold, and also these candlesticks are pretty big right now. So I'm going to watch this one very closely. And JetBlue kind of has, at the moment, kind of a double top-ish pattern, or another head, left shoulder, right shoulder, or double top pattern. So they're definitely, the market's still bullish right now, so I'm watching these. typically like to see a smaller candle here, but if I do take an entry, you see some support rate or resistance here. If I do take an entry on these, I wouldn't risk probably the whole candle as a stop. You can see basically kind of a head and shoulders on a 1 minute here. So the candle risk on these is a little bit big for me. And you can see kind of a double top here, kind of a head and shoulders double top. So I'm just watching these ones closely here. Being patient. It's hard to be patient at times and not have the FOMO, right? Sometimes it's hard to not have FOMO when the market's just ripping. But that's how you could also just really destroy and blow up your account as well. So we have the next 5 minute candle that just formed on, so that was kind of a bearish candle right here. Now I want to see if we can get a bullish hold here. I might look at a possible entry here if it can break above that 2174. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't want to, again, it's very easy to get kind of trapped in these candles. I don't like this pattern setup right now. Again, it's just a little too crazy volatile for me. I like when things are calmer and getting nice kind of smaller pullbacks to that 9 EMA. I don't like to play these, what's that, 77 down to 4. I don't like those 30-cent candles, So I'm buying 1,000 share blocks in my IRA. So that could be within a 1 minute candle, up or down $300. I like, you know what I mean? I like nice, solid, me personally, like bull flag breakouts, stuff near that 9 EMA. So I like a nice 5 minute hold near that 9 EMA. So just show you guys, I missed it on this one. I was waiting for a 5 minute close. I wasn't chasing the break on this one, and you'll see it's ripping up right now. It's just, for me, guys, I don't like crazy volatility. I like to go slow, and so you'll see again, I missed kind of another potential breakout. But these candles right here, you'll see 2240 down here. They're just too big of risk for me on these. So again, I might miss my entry. That's fine. I actually might go over to JetBlue. JetBlue is a little bit slower on the candle movement. So you'll see the candle risk is definitely a little bit smaller on JetBlue. So I actually might look at this one more instead. Just because American Airlines is just, it's absolutely nuts right now, and I don't want to play with those nasty candles. So this one right here, you'll see there's a 5 minute candle about to close. I actually might take a trade on JetBlue right now once this candle closes. This is one I might consider because the risk is definitely a little bit smaller. All right, 5 minute candle closed. It's pulling back. American Airlines got a small little pullback too. Watching this, where is that? That kind of 15-14-ish area right here. See if it holds. Basically that kind of other support area right here. So this is one I'm going to watch for a possible trade. Let me just do my angular resistance from pre-market high out over here. So I want to see if this one is going to hold, push up, and ideally break out of that 1540s range. So again, you can see the candles right here. I'm dealing more with a 15-cent candle rather than with American Airlines. Those candles were pretty nuts this morning, or what I was just showing. So I don't even know what those were, 50-cent plus candles. So I don't like to play around with those. So I'm going to watch for a possible flag right here for a potential break above that 15, 20, 25 area. So I'm going to see if there's a bullish hold. If so, I might take a trade on the break basically above that, kind of that 15, 26, 27-ish area. So we'll see here. I'm looking for a bullish hold. If it's not up here, then I'm going to take it off the break, potentially above that 15, 24 again. So between that 25 to 27 area, I'd like to see a bullish hold here. All right, watching on this one right here. Watch to see if there's a bullish close and hold. Get above that 15, 25, 26 area. it's bouncing off the 9 EMA in a 5 minute. So we have another couple minutes left on this candle. We can see some resistance right up here on that 1550. So I'd like to see it hold, break out of that 1525, and then break out of angular resistance around that 1540 for a possible move up. So bearish candle. So that's why I didn't take this candle. You can see this one right here rejected over here. It didn't break above that 1524, 25-ish kind of area. So this could also turn in, guys. You can see, oh, that could be a possible bullish pattern, but at the same time, it could also be a descending triangle too. So this could be a descending triangle, you know. So you don't want to trick yourself to think, oh, this thing's going to break out. It might be kind of a falling pattern right here. Oh, it's a falling wedge. And then, you know, so that's why don't trick yourself into thinking something is what it isn't, you know. So again, that's why I like using personally this see this 9 EMA. I like it as a guide. Right now it's kind of curling or trading sideways. I like smaller candle holds off that 9 EMA like this. I don't like bigger candles like this. That's why I'll let things play out. You know, sometimes I might wait half hour, an hour or so at the open, let it kind of shake out, choose a direction, give me a small candle, and choose to get in then. So I'm looking extra at them right now because the market's just going bonkers right now. So there may not even be a pullback. Like the airlines stocks yesterday, they just completely took off. So that's where, you know, I'm watching them extra, got my eyes extra on them at open now because if there's an entry that might not be the greatest, I might still take it and risk off it because I might not get another entry. So I want to see right here, I want to see price move back up, get above, right above probably that 15-16 area, and then see there's kind of some angular resistance coming in over here. So I might take a trade off of that 15, 17, or 18 area. Potentially, I'm going to let this candle close. It's kind of a bearish candle, but it's right here. So it's right below that 50 SMA on a 1 minute. So American Airlines might be getting a bounce up as well, the market as well. So I'm looking now above that 15, maybe 20-ish area right up in here. I'd like to see it get above that 50 SMA on a 1 minute. Nordstrom is bearish at the moment. Not the setup I like. MGM may be getting a bounce off there. So far, American Airlines and JetBlue are still in the running for holding, but they could dump as well. So also let's look at some support. So you can see right here, kind of some angular support. Gonna watch if it holds. Right in there, right? So I want to see if it holds this support area right here. You got higher lows forming, but we also have lower highs over here. So we like to see it break out above this, kind of this area right in here, 1523, and get out and break, and then ideally break out above that 1540 area. So if I get in somewhere between these areas here, I'm going to watch heavy resistance out here. All right, so I'm back. We have a possible 5 minute the 5 minute candle's almost, or it's about to form in about 30 seconds or so. So now it's getting above $5. Might be kind of a doji spinning top candle. So I'd like to see it get above that. Still have that 50 SMA above as resistance. Again, I like buying stuff above the moving average lines, holding support. My style is not below on reversals or below the moving average lines. I like strong holds personally above the moving average lines, holding support. Again, that's just my style. So you'll see this is kind of reversal back up. It rejected below that 50 SMA. So right now, it's still not what I want. You'll see it broke angular support right here on a 1 minute. So I'm going to reverse that line. And now you can see kind of a descending triangle. And what I'm looking at right now on the 5 minute, as you can see, it's bouncing. You have the spinning top kind of candle above the 9 EMA, but for me, I like to see the 9 EMA upwards. I don't like it kind of trading sideways or starting to curl down. You can see higher lows are still forming. So I'd like to see a bullish hold above that 9 EMA, you know, right up in here, and ideally get that 9 EMA to kind of curl up and then break out above a small candle on the 9 EMA, risk off that small candle for ideally the breakout of that angular resistance. So I'm going to keep watching, guys. At the moment, nothing really that I like. I like more of this. Let's see, I see one like MAC might be decent. So stuff like this, I like looking at this where, you know, it is very bullish. It is kind of trading sideways now, but if I got a small bullish hold, which it's not holding right now on a 5 minute, but if the small candle held here, that's more of what I'm looking for, right? So, you know, like with AAL, American Airlines, I would have looked at it more here, and now it's starting to fail, right? So it could, again, it could still hold. It could still bull flag and go. I'm just showing you what I personally like. I like these more of like kind of stuff like this that pulls back like this, right? So I like kind of flags up, pulls back, small risk off the breakout, small risk off the breakout. That's what I like. But at the open, again, so much volatility at the open, especially with the market flying right now, you know, the candlesticks are going to be a lot more volatile. So that's why you got to be patient. All right, coming back here. So this is, again, just to show you, this is, again, failed the pattern right back down. Now it's down to that 50 SMA in a 5 minutes. So many times there'll be reversals down here. So this is American Airlines failing. JetBlue is doing the same thing, moving right down towards that 50 SMA. So I might look for possible reversals. You can see kind of, you know, right here, see if it bounces and can get above. You can see some kind of angular support down. So these might be doing possibly, again, some potential falling wedge patterns. We'll have to watch and see. But that's why I have angular support down here, angular resistance out here. Might look for a possible reversal. But at the same time, too, got to let these patterns play out. So I'm going to let a 5 minute close happen. It's starting to move up towards that 15. If it can get back up near that $15 level, then I'd be considering. So it'd be above. So you see that's the 20 EMA, that's the 9 EMA. I'd like to see it get right above near that 15 bucks, a nice 5 minute hold near 15 bucks. I might consider taking a trade there. If it's below it, if the setup is right, with a 5 minute close below 15, I might consider taking it there. It's bounced off the 50. If it can get right near that $15, I'd use that $15. If it breaks above, I would use that $15 as a stop level. So I'm going to take a look at a 1 minute chart right in here. You'll see it's bouncing up, rejecting off the 20 EMA at the moment. So again, that $15 marker right here, you can see, again, you have that 15.05 on a 1 minute, right? So that's why, again, moving average lines are not foolproof by any means, but they're very important for guides. They're a really nice guide, and that's where you can see, you know, it's rejecting right now right at that 20 EMA. So it's caught between the, basically the 20, is that the 20? Yeah, it's the 20 EMA and the 200 SMA down here. So I'll come back if I see a good setup. MAC may be setting up. Let me take a look at Oxy. All right, Oxy might be... This one may be setting up. It's a little bit overextended off that 9 EMA. So we'll watch and see if we get a hold there. Yeah, nothing that's my setup yet, except for potentially MAC, where you can see, again, maybe a 5 minute hold forming here. Let's take a look at the daily. So you can see right there, it filled a gap right at the daily, right over, here, that 1127 area. It filled a gap, and now it's retesting that right now. You can see some support right down there at that 1083 as well. So this one may be interesting here. I may look to take a possible scalp off this one. Let's see, that's 1130. I'm going to watch this one a little bit more, but looking for, again, I like to see a small kind of bullish hold on a 5 minute. This one's near VWAP as well. Let's take a look at a 1 minute. You know, so kind of can draw my drawings like this. Not the greatest angular resistance, but you know, I can kind of go like this right here. So angular support. So I'm gonna watch this one for a possible 5 minute hold forming. See if it can get above that 20. What is that? The 20 EMA, and it has 1132 up to 39. So VWAP's at around 1139. So I'm watching for a possible bullish close on a 5 minute. You can see it's basically kind of, at the moment, a little bit shaky on support. So hit resistance. Now it's kind of failing angular support, but this could also turn into a bullish candle and move on up. So that's what I'm watching kind of closely for a possible break above, if it does, above that 1131, which is the high of the previous high of that 5 minute candle right up over in here. And those are tweezer tops. So it's moving up at the moment. Like to see a nice bullish hold right here. I would consider taking a trade if it gets above that 1131, which would be, say, 1132-ish area. If I get a bullish hold, I'd consider it. I'd like to see it hold. Right now, it's not bullish at the moment. So right at this moment, I'm removing this drawing. I don't like it. So it has kind of a spinning top can. Here we go. Let's take a look right here. See if we get a bullish hold, and I consider taking a trade if it gets above right here. Right now, I'm long at, where was that? Oh. Show trade. Why is it not showing my trade? Well, that's weird. I'm in the trade, but it's not showing trades on my screen. That's odd. It's showing that I'm in at 1133. Why Thinkorswim's not showing that, I don't know. So I'll leave a really kind of close stop, probably around that 1126-ish area, or right around, see right here, that bounce right at the top, right at this area, that 1126 or so area. So right now, VWAP is a very important area. I'm up only about 30 bucks right now. I'm looking to maybe, I might take just a quick scalp if it rejects. Market is going back up. So right now, that VWAP, very important area right now. I want to see it break above. And you can see previous high of the last 5 minute candle was right at that 1130-ish area. So I kind of just adjust it. Again, I like very tight stops. And now I'll do angular support right here. So I'll kind of draw it out here. Now it's breaking above VWAP right now. So momentum's on my side. So I'm going to let this one play out, maybe for a full 5 minute candle, or watch for possible reversal candles on a 1 minute. So you can see angular support here, right here. It's probably going to retest VWAP. I got in at 1133. VWAP is basically right here. So now I'm going to use that VWAP as a guide. If it fails VWAP, I might get out. But right here, I got in right around this level right here. So now it's retesting VWAP right here. I'd like to see a nice hold of VWAP. Continue up, get above that 1148-ish area right here. So it was a quick move up and push back down. So we have 2 minutes or a minute and a half left of this candle. It's got a bearish candle at the moment. So I'm going to watch this one. If it's not a good bullish hold or so, I might decide to get out. I'm going to let this about a minute or so. Let the last 5-minute candle form. This is a nice one if I caught it off at that 1150, but right here might be forming a potential flag. Got to watch and see if it holds. Very important to hold VWAP. Why is my show trades button not working? Frickin' Thinkorswim. Here we go. Give me a nice bullish hold right here. Moving up. Needs to break above that 1148 area. So I'm going to watch and see this last 30 seconds. See if it holds or holds highs. If not, I might decide to just take my profits, look for possible re-entry. Market's a little bit trading sideways. It may be doing a head and shoulders. Got to watch and see. So I'm watching this one very, very closely here. I'd like to see it close at highs and break above that 1150 area. If not, I might just take a quick scalp on it. Watching this candle close. 2 seconds. There we go. Move up, move up, move up. Go and break above. If not, if it rejects, I might take my profit. There it goes. Break above that 1148, 1150. Break that 1150 area. Come on now. If it doesn't break above, I'm gonna take my profits and get out on this one. Let that candle form. I'm out. So it's a little bit shakier than I want on that one. So I wanted it to hold its highs. It could still go up. I just took it, just showing a little bit of weakness right now, which I don't like. So, hey guys, not bad. It was an 8-cent scalp, 80 bucks. So, you know, again, I wanted it to hold its highs, and I saw the shakiness of it and kind of tweezer tops, and I'm like, I'll get out. It could hold support right here and move back up, form an ascending triangle. Again, I like scalping and everything, so this right here, I may look for another potential entry on it if it holds here now. So I might actually look if it gets above that 1148-ish, which is ideally, guys, it's actually 1150 because that's a whole dollar or $half amount.